Good, great. Item number 11 will follow item number 8, which is reports of commissions, boards, and committees. We're going to receive the annual report from the Traffic Safety and Parking Committee.
Honorable Mayor and members of the City Council, my name is Eric Wood, and I am the chairman of the Traffic Safety and Parking Committee. I'm here to give you our annual report for 2012. First, I'd like to, we had one individual this year that moved out of the area. His name was Tim Fuller, so he's left. And then we have a new member, Tim Ross, that actually came tonight to replace him.
It's convenient, huh?
Yeah, Tim and Tim. So it's good for me because then I won't remember, I won't forget. Our committee could not function without city staff. So I'd just like to take a moment to thank Clara and Tina, because without them, we wouldn't have any meetings. So I just really appreciate the support that we get from city staff. Oh yeah, I have to click. As you know, we're an advisory in an advisory capacity. So we don't actually, we just make advice based on the information and the data that we gather and then bring it forth to you guys for you guys to make an actual decision. What's been nice is what we've actually done and what you guys have implemented behind the scenes, a lot of the tools that we put in place to actually give city staff information about how to actually make a decision without having to come to us or come to you guys for every, I want a handicap in front of my house, or I want the in front of my house, I want it parked red because I can't park in front of my house, or whatever things that had come before us that really didn't need to come before us. So we implemented the traffic calming, the parking, and the traffic calming toolkit, and then the parking restriction application, and it's been working. So I just wanted to say thank you, because what you guys adopted has actually been working. So we're seeing it, and you're going to see it in the presentation today, things that didn't even have to come before you because we've already basically put the process in place. I wanted to do it in a month, but it took a little bit longer, but I understand.
I know the feeling.
Yeah. We actually, the parking restriction application, been in effect since 2010, but really it's been a year. And the traffic calming toolkit has been in effect exactly a year. But as you'll see, the application, the parking restriction application, is actually really working. So I've been kind of excited that it's what we've actually been putting in place is working. So we engage the community. The best way that we do it is actually through the mail. So when we have an issue that comes before us, staff sends out letters within a certain radius, and then it's open for open comment. And I think this is probably the most powerful part of what we do, is allow for public comment. For people to come and voice their opinion without having to come here, to someone that we can listen and engage in them, and you'll see in here, usually point them in the right direction. This year we had 47 people come. So, I mean, for a committee, that's great. Some of the things that we did this year on the 3 no parking requests, again, these were requests from people that lived in the community, either if they were business owners or if they were just residents. So the first one was westbound Genevieve Avenue east of the intersection at Cypress Avenue. The TSPC approved it and you guys declined it, but that's okay because it's working.
Thank you.
Yeah. Another one that didn't come before you guys was westbound Amador Avenue, east of a 10-foot driveway to the Portola Elementary School Lower Field Access Road. And again, they wanted the no parking, and we just didn't feel that taking parking away was appropriate, and so we declined it. And there's an appeal process in place, but the person that originally submitted it didn't appeal it. So again, it just died right there. East side of Linden Avenue, south of the intersection at San Felipe Avenue. Again, it was a no parking issue, and we declined it, and it didn't go any further. We then had one removal of a non-city council approved no parking area. That was on Montgomery by Hermosa, and we approved it, and I think you guys accepted it too. But and then we've also done the other part of it. It's just not parking and no parking restrictions, but is the traffic calming measures, which when I started in 2008 was one of the reasons I came was because of the traffic. And as we all know, San Bruno was more designed for smaller vehicles in one way, so we do have traffic issues, but I really think the tools that we've put in place and the areas that we've tried, we really do have a good idea of what will work and what won't work. The picture here is on the one from Crestmore, but we've done the same thing now. I think it's on Fleetwood, where we've put in the solar with the light. And Fleetwood is downhill, uphill, and it's a speed issue. So when you have speed issues, there's only so many things that you can do. But again, that we've learned that just by simply putting up your speed, yeah, you'll get the occasional guy to see how fast he can go. But most of the time, we do see that people pay attention. So, it's kind of neat to see your work in action. One of the other areas that we've looked at, not just the park, we looked at redoing the park. That went really well because we all wanted the crosswalk there. But one of the areas that was probably not addressed in years was Cherry Avenue. And with the new businesses, with Walmart, with everybody coming in, before we actually looked at this intersection, the crosswalk was faded. You couldn't tell, you couldn't see, and we were worried from a safety standpoint. So we were able to give our opinions, and as you can see, it's not just a crosswalk, but it's like vivid, like let people cross. So before, it was kind of like cross at will. And but now it's much better. We looked not just at Cherry here. We looked up the street at the light and some of the other areas. So we looked at it as a whole instead of just one segment. So 2008, one of the first things that I wasn't the chairman. I was just sitting on the committee. One of the workers that works here, right near where this is, over in the Commodore Drive, she came with a petition, and she had gotten I don't remember how many people to sign the petition to tell us how bad the area was. So we knew, from an advisory standpoint, we were like, okay, we're limited, and we don't know how much funds the staff has. But go to the bicycle committee, because the bicycle committee might be able to get you a grant to actually do some of the work. So it took a few years, but it's done, and it's so much better. You can walk from BART station now all the way to Bay Hill. I mean, before you were walking on the street. So this is one of the areas where public came to us, we listened, pointed them in the right direction, and it got done. So it's really neat, again, seeing your work in action. So 2013 going forward, we're going to be focusing, again, on the same thing, the parking restrictions, stop signs, traffic calming. The nice thing that staff does is they put together a list for us of everything that's on our agenda. So every time we come to the meeting, we know that, hey, so one of these items has been on here for a long time. Well, what's going on with it? Oh, well, we're waiting for this and this. So we know. So we have a list. We're not kind of coming in blind. We have an idea almost every single month when we get together, what are we going to be doing, and what are the other things that we could be doing. So we have 5 pending traffic calming stuff. It's been in the queue. We've been working on other things, so within hopefully 6 months, we'll be able to clean it up, and then when new requests come in, then we can address them. Any questions?
Any questions, Ken?
The committee has come a long way.
It has.
I was on the committee in the early '90s, and yeah, there was things that would come along, and sometimes it was just stop signs or red curbs. But it's pretty complex now. I want to compliment you on that. I am very proud of the Commodore Drive. I was instrumental in promoting that grant through the county, and actually members on the committee from other communities said that it was a no-brainer, and it's good to see it finally finished. One thing that I'm always aware of is when I come out of driveways, and I think that's something that maybe that the committee could probably look at is site visibility, because sometimes shrubs get overgrown and stuff, and sometimes you gotta close your eyes before you go out in the line of traffic and hope that you don't get hit. But those are some of the safety issues that I'm always concerned about. But for the most part, the committee's doing great, and I love the fact that you have these toolkits and everything that you can screen these projects.
Yeah, we definitely take like site. That's one of the big things. We always like to have pictures, and again, staff, that's what they do, is they've been giving us pictures, which makes a huge difference. Even though you know it, you drive it, you see it, but when you have the picture in front of you. Cherry Avenue was one of the prime examples. On the island that they had bushes, and that was one of the can you just cut the bush so that people could see? And it was done. So yeah, I mean, I totally understand what you're saying, because site speed are usually the two main things.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Chair,
Rico?
just real quick, Eric, I just wanted to thank you for your passion, as well as keeping the things on the queue. I think it's important, because I think far too many times a resident comes, like you said, you had 47, and then maybe just it seems to get lost through the cracks. I think that's been greatly improved, and I also encourage you to continue on as far as wanting things to move faster than they currently do. So keep on that path.
I will. Thanks.
Good, and thank you to not just you, but all of our commissioners and committee members. This is what makes a city run, is the volunteerism, and a lot of people don't realize how many volunteers we have in the city. I'm the liaison to the committee, and I actually showed up, I think, twice this year, and told you that I would help you in any way I could, as long as it didn't involve any money. So, but we're all still around. Numbers are out there. If you need anything at all that we can provide, we're here. But thanks again. Thanks. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.